So as real life would have it, you know, stuff breaks. And this car, just of late, has had a few problems. One thing kind of led to another. Couldn't get it started because the choke is broken. Can't get a new choke for it because it's a 1998. And so we ended up killing the battery just trying to get it started. Bought my first car with money that I earned myself, and then it was a little Subaru, but you know, I wasn't really happy with it. I don't know, I wanted something cool. And I finally one day drove by this car that was for sale on the side of the road. It was a 1969 Mustang, just amazing. It was black. That's a cool car. So I didn't know anything about cars, I mean, not enough to fix them or anything. I said, Dad, I found this car. It's like $1,700. I spoke to the guy and it needs some work, and so I don't want to buy it unless you're willing to help me. He said, you know, yeah, get it and we'll work on it together. When it came time to do the work, he said, sorry, I'm busy, can't help you, but I'll come out and show you what to do and then you can get started. And it really made me mad. You know, I had like counted on him to do it. You know, as I dismantled stuff, I drew it out, drew little labels, A goes to B, B goes to C, and took the whole engine apart basically. Went to put the whole thing back together, and I was shocked when I turned the key and it worked. Business is hard. It's just hard. Every entrepreneur you bump into just seems like they have it so much easier than you. Like, you hear about someone's business through their mouth and it's always like, oh my gosh, that's so fast, it's so easy, you're making so much money, my business is such a mess, there's so many problems with people, with process, with funding, with whatever. And the truth is that everybody's full of crap. Business is hard. It's just hard.
I think what makes a successful entrepreneur, from what I've seen, is fundamentally the first thing they have to do is act on their ideas. And I think it's critical. I've
worked within retail organizations now for 20 years. And in 2008, at a prior company, we'd made a major acquisition, a retailer. Perfect time to get financing, worst time to be in retail. Our bank loan was in default. We had impairment on assets that we just acquired through a major acquisition, but we rallied through it. We actually came out on the other side smelling pretty good, so no pun intended, it was a fragrance company.
This is the best snapshot of reality. In 2005, you know, I had just won $1 million on TV, and everyone thinks you're a millionaire. I'm standing on Necker Island. I've been named the winner of the Rebel Billionaire, and I'm holding a check in my hand that says $1 million, Shawn Nelson. And of course, it's meant to be an investment into Lovesac by Richard Branson, the founder of Virgin. And he just told me this, and the only thing that can run through my head is, I have $2 million in debt right now. Because I had this store chain. I had like a chain of little Lovesac stores that we had built. So what's $1 million bucks, you know? It was great though, of course. It was a huge win for the company, and it helped me raise venture capital and grow the company, you know, a $10 million infusion of money. But the problem is now, you know, I walk through a grocery store in Salt Lake City, Utah, having been on Fox primetime, and I'm a celebrity millionaire. And the truth couldn't be further from reality, you know?
So I've learned from Shawn that enthusiasm goes a long way, and energy towards getting business moving faster than it may, given its own momentum. And it's startup land, and that's what I came here for, was to be part of that, you know? So it's really fun to be part of.
With him, it's always about improvement, 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 and trying to find out those areas for improvement.
We've got a great product line, we've got a great store concept, we've got a great brand that we've built over the, you know, coming up on almost 20 years.
And then a year later, you know, the same venture capitalists that invested in us saw an opportunity to do something a little bit sneaky, you know, some financial arbitrage, and forced my company into bankruptcy. And that was bad. That was really bad for me personally. It wiped out my founder's equity at the time, and had to start over with nothing. And you know, I really should have left the company. I mean, we had just come up with the idea for Sactionals, and even though it was nothing, it was this dumb couch idea. I mean, it was clever, but you know, a long ways away from being worth anything. I had this feeling that, you know, this could be $1 billion product.
It really takes a good leader and a good management team to get a company through the hard times.
We had a customer that was terminally ill. She had a fire and her Sactionals were destroyed, and that's where she slept. And that was the only thing that made her comfortable, and she actually found Shawn, and I got her all new Sactionals, we got her new covers. She adores Shawn, she adores the vlog.
When I got here, it was kind of like all hands on deck all the time, which didn't leave a lot of opportunity for bringing things to market cross-functionally. Just good working relationships that I feel when something is brought to market, it's done much more holistically and thoughtfully.
You know, like one day I'm editing video, the next day I'm working with the agency on paid media strategy, and the day after I'm running a grand opening in Chicago, and then I'm back here creating video content. As fun as that is, it's also a bit of a challenge. How do you maintain all of those projects at once and not lose your freaking head? It gets crazy. I mean, things get hot and there's fires, and you know, you just gotta do your best.
You know, what makes an amazing entrepreneurial company when you're small is everybody doing a lot. People were always putting out fires and not thinking about how to create a house that just doesn't catch on fire. And so if you have the time to think ahead of time, you need that time to build a better house, build a fire prevention system, create a fire department. And so you're not the hero and saving the house all the time. You're thinking about other things, which is a shift for the company. We were literally trying to get creative out the door 2 weeks before we're supposed to be in the stores. I mean, it was pretty crazy. So we had to really start to think about, okay, how do we operate as a team in order to increase the flow of our creativity and increase the speed that our business moves by doing something that feels really uncomfortable, which is by slowing the pace of the water, but moving the water through a pipe that's 5 times as large. The workflow is going through the roof because we widened the pipe.
Done that in the first place. So actually, to this day, I don't know whether my dad did that on purpose or not. I asked him one day, you know, were you really busy that morning, or why didn't you help me with the car? I mean, you know, he was helpful, but didn't help me hands-on. And he claims that that was his way of teaching me how to do it.